At the end of June, we went on our first camping trip in our camper. We met up with my parents in their camper and my brother and his wife and daughter. My parents and brother and I hadn't all been camping together since I was a teenager when we camped in a tent, and we hadn't had a camping trip at all since having families of our own. We met up at JFK Campground on the Little Red River in Heber Springs, Arkansas. We took an after-dinner walk, saw bats flying in the sky, and watched the fog roll on top of the cool river. This was our first morning waking up in our camper. Our girls woke up and joined us in our bed. I made coffee and got breakfast started as everyone snuggled and chatted and squealed in the case of our infant. Our camping spot was right on the river, so while it's pretty hot in Arkansas in late June, early July, we had the coolness of the river acting as a natural fan. Across from our camping spot was the bridge that crossed over Collins Creek that runs throughout the campground. You can follow this creek to a wider part where it flows out of a buried line and cascades over larger rocks. We hopped in the car and drove to the trailhead that's just outside the campground. This creek water is 50 degrees, which is extremely cold, but also refreshing in the hot, humid summer. There's no cost to visit the creek. Collins Creek flows into the Little Red River, but first it feeds into a trout fishery. Due to COVID regulations, the visitor center was closed, but the hatchery was open to walk around. JFK Campground is located at where one area of the Little Red River feeds into Gooseberry Lake. And in case you wondered, campground is named after President John F. Kennedy. The Gooseberry Dam was dedicated by JFK in 1963 and was one of his last public appearances before his assassination the next month. When I was a kid, we took a tour inside the dam, but that's been closed to tours since 9/11. You can still visit the dam overlook in the visitor center when it's not closed for COVID restrictions. So our first Shepherd family camping trip is in the books. We survived the heat thanks to the cool river and creek, and while it was just one night away, that's still enough time to make some memories. So when are you scheduling your next adventure, and where will it be? Let us know in the comments.